Well, that was interesting. I guess first thing I'll start off with is that anybody who was saying that Ugas was hurt, um, I mean, clearly you could see in the fight, which I don't necessarily blame him just from seeing the way his arm was, the way it physically looked. But like I was saying in my previous video earlier on today, regardless of what his arm looked like, when you look at him, he's not wincing. He's not he's not showing the signs that somebody would show if they quote were injured. Um, he was picking up things. He was, especially the biggest one to me was like he stayed flexing. He's flexing, flexing, flexing. If your arm is injured, your bicep is injured. You're not gonna consistently just keep flexing it, flexing it, flexing it, and showing your muscles. Um, and he went out there tonight and he did his thing. Anybody that said that this fight wasn't worth the pay-per-view, or they shouldn't have been charging fans this amount of money, or this fight was quote fixed, quote fixed for Manny Pacquiao to win, because they're trying to set up something else or whatever. I mean, clearly that wasn't the case. Um, Manny Pacquiao, he came out. I was kind of wondering how the layoff was going to necessarily affect him. He seemed okay. I just think that what Ugas was doing in there was just really bothering him. Like I said, that Cuban style, that Cuban style of fighting, being able to jab the straight rights, being able to throw the jab the straight rights. It's kind of the same things that bother Manny Pacquiao and bothered him in his career. Ugas can do those things, and people don't like to hear it sometimes, but it's true. Styles do make fights, and it's kind of, it might sound weird to people, but a style like Ugas does bother Manny Pacquiao, and he was able to just kind of keep Manny Pacquiao bait for most of the night. He was able to keep hit him with the jab, hit him with the jab. He was able to come with the straight right. He was able to hit him with a couple of hooks with the check left hook. He was able to go to the body, and it was kind of funny because some of the Ugas fights that he has, it kind of looks, I guess some people might say they're boring, or it doesn't flow, it doesn't work for other, for some people. But it's kind of weird because the way that he jabs, the way that he throws that straight right, but then the way that he, for the most part, how he stays planted, mixing that with Manny's style of jumping in and out, throwing multiple combinations. Those two styles actually just meshed great, and they made for actually a really good fight, a really really good fight, and a fun fight to watch. So I mean, anybody. I mean, obviously, if you're just going there just to watch the fight, and let's say you didn't care who won, and you went in there and you paid money for that fight, you're going to be happy with it. Whether you paid for pay-per-view or whether you paid for actually being at the event, you're going to be happy with it. It was a nice, fun fight. Two guys going at each other, giving out their all. Manny Pacquiao, he was trying to put everything out on the line. He was grinding, and he was getting hit with hellacious shots. I don't know how that dude was staying up. I don't know how he wasn't getting, like, he was literally getting hit with some shots where his whole body was being moved, what I'm saying, a couple of feet, but he never dropped, he never looked buzzed, and he just kept fighting and he kept grinding. And I knew that he knew that that fight was really close. He knew the fight was close, but he kept pushing the pace, kept pushing the issue, kept trying to find something, trying to get Ugas down, trying to knock him down, trying to knock him out, trying to, get that spark or get that moment that propels him to victory, and so you got to show him nothing but respect, and tip your hat off to him for trying to do so. But Ugas, man, Ugas just, he stayed on the grind. He stayed 100% focused, and he just kept plugging it in, plugging it in. And one thing I'm happy about him is the fact that he didn't just lay back after a little bit. He didn't just say, all right, I'm good, or what. No, he kept pushing it, kept pushing the pace all the way until the 12th round. Even the 12th round, he was still doing the same thing. He still was going hard. He was still fighting like somebody who's down, somebody that's not winning this fight, somebody that might not win this fight. He kept doing that pretty much until like the last 5 seconds. After when there's 5 seconds left, they man, F this, I'm gonna hold on. I'm not getting clipped with .5 seconds left. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna be me. So he did that. But besides that, pretty much he kept just, he just kept fighting, and he kept trying to push it to that next level. And he came out victorious. This is a man who, like I said in my previous video, this is a man that was signed to Top Rank before. Took a couple of L's. They got rid of him. Went over to PBC, got a new trainer also, and Al Heyman did him right. You know, he was getting paid. Ugas been making money. I don't know if y'all have seen, but this dude's fat crib, pushing Lambos. Like, this dude's been making money, you know. The way that PBC they do their thing, they say it look like you're making no kind of, you know, you're making a little something, but you getting paid. And it all, you know, came up to this moment, you know, this particular moment, him all those years of him just progressing and becoming a better fighter. And when he got this big opportunity, you know, to fight on a pay-per-view against a legend like Manny Pacquiao, he took advantage of it, you know, took advantage of it. Hasn't seen his family, I think they said over 9 years, you know, because he defected from Cuba, you know, so hasn't seen, so just from where he started and then to the roadblocks that he's had, then for him coming all the way here and making it to this point, you got to do nothing but just salute that man and congratulate him for making it this far, you know. And then now he's looking at possibly a unification bout now against Earl Spence, but going into that fight with respect, respectably. People can't, you know, people can't deny him his respect because supposedly he quote wasn't the real champion, and you know, because you know it was actually just handed the belt, but he went in there against a person that held that belt and he showed, now I'm the better fighter now. He might have been a legend, he might have been great, but right now I'm the better fighter, you know, and I'm the king of this, of you know, of the WBA, I guess you could say. And now he gets to go on to his unification with Earl Spence, and what's going to be a massive fight for him, and it's going to be a massive payday for him, massive payday, you know. And so unfortunately for Earl Spence, he couldn't fight tonight with his eye injury, but you know somebody else got the fight, and they took advantage of it, you know. And now, you know, hopefully Earl Spence does heal. It's only supposed to take about 2 to 4 weeks to heal. So hopefully at the end of the year, you know, December or early 2022, we get to see the bout between not Manny Pacquiao. We get to see the bout between Ugas and between Earl Spence. I mean, unification of three of the belts. You know, so congratulations to both of them. It was a great fight tonight. Congratulations to PBC for a great event tonight, and congratulations to Al Heyman. You know, we had Undisputed already, you know, with Charlo. You know, hopefully they get to do that rematch. You know, we're about to have Undisputed again with Plant and I am tired right now with Plant and whatever the hell the other dude's name is. You know what I'm saying? Great. I'm out.